Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to the Darts Review channel. In this video I'm going to be checking out the GOAT EVERSCORE Next Level Dartboard. This has been out a while, I think. I've heard quite a lot of good things about it, so this is the first time I've had one myself, and this was sent to me by the brand themselves, GOAT. I believe GOAT is, I don't know if it's another offshoot of XQ Max or whether it's just another separate brand connected to the same umbrella company, but the GOAT actually stands for greatest of all tungsten, if you didn't know. Nothing like bigging yourselves up, is there? Anyway, like I said, a lot of people have said this is a pretty good board, and I've not opened the box yet, so I'm going to do that on the video. But my box looks as if it's took a bit of a battering in delivery, so I'm hoping it's okay. It should be. I think it looks just like the edges of the boxes that have been a bit knackered, but you'll probably see this board in another video before you see this one, because they also sent me some of their new darts which have just come out, so I'll be reviewing a set of their darts before I actually put this video out. But like I always say with dartboards, it's kind of difficult to do a full test in a short video, so this is kind of like a preview kind of review. And like I did with the other boards, when I've done like 10,000 throws at it, which might be a very long time at the moment because I don't know what's going to happen with my elbow. I'm probably going to get something sorted with that soon, but I'll have to throw left-handed, I guess. So I'll update in the future, but this retails for quite a reasonable £49.95, so if it's as good as what people are saying, then that's not a bad price at all, that. So here we go. This might be a bit awkward. Let's check it out. Right, let's just have a quick look what's on the box. It says durable, long-lasting play, sport-inspired numbering, precision with thin wire, minimal bounce-out design. And like I said, I haven't opened it yet, so I didn't know it actually come with those wheel things as well before. Obviously, I've already seen the back of the box, but I was surprised when it came with them as well. Right. Let's see if I can get this open. No, can't use my nail. Wait there. Maybe I can. If only I had some darts. I think I say that on every video where I'm unboxing. Hold on a second. Right. That's that one opened. It's a bit awkward, the camera in the way. And in case you're wondering, because somebody always asks me, what's the darts that you're using in the video? It's an old Target Sport set. Don't make them anymore. Target Sprint. Right, let's see, what do you get in this box? Get bits of cardboard. Great if you like cardboard. So we've got the bag of the screws and the little wheels and the bracket, so pretty much standard fare so far. Whoa! It's stuck. I can't get it out. Why is it stuck? Oh, I can see. It's got them little silica bags at the side. It won't come out. Right. You just talk amongst yourselves while I'm getting the board out. Right. That's everything. So nothing else in there. Empty cardboard boxes, silica bags, don't use them. So you got your little leaflet there, which just tells you how to set your board up, and let's see what else is on it. Just in various languages, and you get a checkout table on the back there. So this is my first look at the board. Now, I'm a little bit surprised at that. I thought this was meant to be a vein-free board, but obviously it's not. I can see the veins there. It's no big deal. But I actually thought it was supposed to be a vein-free board, but guess not. And I was trying to have a look. Yeah, I can't see anything wrong, like no little marks or holes or anything like that. This numbering is actually quite a lot slimmer than I thought as well. It actually looks rather good. I think it always looks better on the camera though, so I'll give you a close look, but I'll do a proper close up in a second. Now, I always find it difficult to tell whether the bullseye is centered or not. It's merely down to my dodgy eyesight, bad astigmatism, but I don't know, it's a bit hard to be sure. But it looks as though, looking through the camera screen, it looks like it's off center very slightly, but when I'm not looking through the camera screen it looks okay. So whether the camera's distorting it, I don't know. I'll find out just now when I get the calipers on it. But that is actually quite a thin, very flat numbering. I thought it was going to be the same as the one that used to be on the the Eclipse. It doesn't feel quite the same as that, but it's got them same kind of like digital numbers in the same format. But what I do like is, and it's something that's always a bit of a contentious issue depending on the individual, I think, is it's quite free of logos. I know you've got these down here and just the one on the top, but there's no distracting logos around the edge, nothing too big to get in the way of the eye when you're aiming for the doubles. So I'll just turn it over. I think it's pretty standard fare really. You got your little threaded holes there for the wheels, and basically that is it. So I'll get the camera off the tripod and then I'll give you a close look at the board itself. Right, I'll just give you a look at the logos first. So we've got the GOAT logo and then the two next level logos either side, and then the EVERSCORE Elevate Your Game on the bottom. So not, I would say, obtrusive logos, quite standard and fairly neat. Now in terms of the ink, it's a very black, so oh, seems a bit daft when you say that, but sometimes you can get like little spots that kind of look a little bit greyish, but this is looks like a very deep black all around. And I think the reds and the greens are in very deep colours as well. Occasionally you'll get some marks around like the spider and that, as if it's been kind of like pressed and taken away some of the ink, but I don't see anything wrong in that. But I think it depends on whether they touch up the ink afterwards when they've pressed the spider in and what have you. But all that looks rather neat and nice deep colours. So that is the look of the board. And the numbering, like I said, it's that kind of like digital numbering, very flat numbers. But I did notice, where was it, around here, I think this might be where there's been a bit of damage because the box was a bit knackered and it looks as if that's bent a little bit. So I suspect it may have been dropped at some point. But it's not a massive problem, and it's not a particular problem with the board itself, just more to do with the delivery. And I think this metal band around the board, it's got a slight texture to it, so I don't know if that's deliberate. Almost feels like a bit like that sandy texture that you sometimes get on the barrels, but can't really show you that properly. Now in terms of the spider, it's kind of like a knife edged wire, so a very thin spider, and from what I can tell I can't see any problems. I'm not sure, but I don't think there's any bent wires or anything, so that's good to see. No, just you get these little kind of marks on all boards. I think that's just where the biscuits get pressed together, and sometimes they leave a little gap, but overall I think it's rather good. But you can see the lines there of the biscuit, and it's a bit curious why they're showing white. Normally they're kind of like a creamy colour, a bit like the white segments, but it may just depend on what they're wrapped in. But like I said, I was kind of surprised because I thought these boards were vein free, but they're not, but it's no big issue, of course. But yeah, overall it looks really quite good, but like with every board, they always look quite good when they're new. It's how they perform. Now I'm just going to do a quick test on this bullseye. It's going to be a bit awkward with holding the camera and doing this, but I can't really tell if it's centered or not, so that says 8mm, near enough. Is that right? Have I got it in the right spot there? So maybe out a little bit there. Let's say it's awkward with the camera holding it. That's 935. It's curious though why so many boards have slightly off-center bullseyes. So I still find it hard to tell with my eyes, but I'm sure other people will tell better. But anyway, that's the board. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put it up on the wall. Right, so I've got it set up now, and it does look a really nice board, but like I say, they often do when they're new, so I'll just see if I can get an image from the hockey. I'll try and zoom in so I can get it to about the size that I can see from here. I think that's pretty close, so there you go. Right, I'll throw some darts at it now. Right, so these are my first darts thrown at the board. I haven't put any holes in it yet, so I'm not even sure how firm it is yet. I'm going to do that test in a minute. Oh, my arm's dead stiff. Slightly subdued kind of sound there. Oh, it's gone in too far there. That one's gone in a bit further, and that one is, so didn't go in as far on the treble, but it did on the black segments. I'll just throw around the board for a bit. It's gone in quite far actually. I'd definitely say, I don't know, maybe 15 or more millimeters. So I'm just going to test it with my hand. There's some parts there where it seems to be going in quite easy. Some parts where it's a little bit firmer, but I would say it's definitely softer than the Bandit 4, and it's definitely softer than the Tor, and it's probably closer to the Unicorn Ultra in terms of the firmness, I think. And obviously I've pushed them holes in quite far so they don't immediately close up, but let's have a few more throws. So a fairly nice sound so far, quite even. Yeah, I don't know, I think it is healing the holes up quite quick on some of the throws. Well, like I said, there's not much point me throwing too much because you're not going to learn anything just from this few throws, but where I've just thrown there, that's where I hit the double and that's where I hit the treble, and obviously some bits on the white there, so it does kind of feel similar to the Unicorn Ultra, I think, in terms of the firmness overall, and even the sound and that. So we'll just have to see how it performs. So I'm gonna do the usual, like I said, I'll throw 10,000 darts and I'll record it on my little counter, so when I've done that, which could be a very long time with me not playing much with my elbow, so I have no idea, could be 6 months or more before I get around to doing 10,000, but first impressions are good, but they often are, like when it's a new board, but it does look clean and neat and I quite like the look of it. And I don't think it seems to be like middle of the road in terms of the firmness, not too soft and not too hard, so we'll just have to see how it goes. So there you go, that's the end of the video. I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.